Welcome to the Phoenix Prosperity Podcast, where wealth meets legacy. Join your host, Tim Fergestad, as we explore the journeys of Phoenix's finest to success and beyond.
Hello, this is Tim Fergestad. Thank you for joining us. I'm very pleased to have Caylee Harrington with me here today. Caylee is the CEO and founder of Hook Hub, a marketplace for landowners to rent out their private land for parking space to RV trailers, nightly, long-term, or storage. Along with founding and running Hook Hub, her background is being a software engineer, and she's built, deployed, and maintains the web and mobile applications. Welcome to the show, Caylee.
Thanks, Tim. Excited to be here.
Okay, excellent. There's a lot of cool stuff there. I'm excited about it because I get all jazzed about real estate and tech. And so, give us a little background on your software engineer phase, or how you got into that. It seems like you're still using it, but I imagine that came first, or which came first, the real estate?
Yeah. Let's say maybe a decade ago, I got into it, realized it was the career for me. I love it. You're always having to learn. You're always being challenged. So I loved it.
It's always changing on you.
Always. Yeah. I love that. I get bored easily, so I need that challenge. And so at one point, I decided to buy a travel trailer, live full time and move around as I was working remote as an engineer.
Okay.
And that's kind of where the idea came from. I was living in one of the RV parks at the time. The owner sells the park and doesn't tell anyone. So the new owner comes in. He's like, hey,
classic.
Yeah, you need to get out. Just like, okay. I realized there was nowhere to go. Like, I didn't realize how hard it is to find parking spaces. The demand is way higher than the supply.
Okay.
And so that day I went home and
light bulb.
It. Yep. I was like, why isn't there something just like this?
Okay. Excellent. And so how long have you been running Hook Hub?
So I started building about a year and a half, 2 years ago. We went, but we actually went live October last year. So we've been at it for about a year now.
Okay. And snapshot current day, how's it going?
It's going great. We started just word of mouth, telling friends who have land, you're like, hey, you can get on there, host your land, make some easy income. And then all the RV owners I knew, we chatted with them. We're now at the point last month, we got our first investment. So we're pretty excited. We're growing, hired some team members. I'm so sorry.
I didn't see or hear anything.
Oh, really good. My cats. So with the investment, I've hired 2 employees now, and we're actually working towards our next series raise.
Okay. What's the raise and what's your goal?
Yeah. So this raise, we're going pre-seed and we're going for $2 million because that'll get us. We'll actually be able to amp up the marketing. That's where we're at now. I'm like, I need to message now.
Okay. I live, for example, in a not master planned community, which means I have a well and septic and bad internet, but my neighbors have horses, right? And a lot of my neighbors, right, have trailers and toys all parked in the back spots of their lot and stuff. And I know some of them are leasing them out. Can you talk to us a little bit about the traditional model, right? This is like friends and family, word of mouth is how this normally works? Or is it the old newspaper thing, or how did that work?
So originally, people who have this problem that want to rent or want to host their land out, there really is no solution. They tend to go on Craigslist or just tell family and friends. And you can imagine that's not very efficient.
Right.
So that's what the platform is, trying to spread the message, and then people can just host it on there, and then we help them find the renters. So I'm hoping it's a big improvement. We're trying to be like Airbnb, but for land.
Right. Okay. I've seen this model for a number of things, right? Even dogs. We even used one for that, right? Where house sitting for dogs. You're like, the people who normally watch my dog are unavailable. What do I do? And there's an app for that.
There's an app for everything.
Right. And and there's a network of people who host for a fee, and you call around and you can go bring your dog there and check them out first if you want and all that. And it's pretty slick. So
yeah, very similar.
Okay. So tell us a little bit more about the how it works, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, not at all. Again, I tried to model it very similar to Airbnb. So as a host, you could just go on there. There's not much like people ask a lot of questions, but honestly, there's really not a lot of strict rules. You don't have to have hookups. You can and then charge more. There's no restrictions on size or anything. So you just go on and it's a few steps. You select, how many spaces, the dimensions of the space, what amenities you want to offer. And then that's it. You create space and it's free to put it on the website. And then for renting, same thing. You just go on, scroll through, find somewhere you like the price and the amenities, and then you're booked and ready to go within like a few clicks.
Wow. That's very, very, very convenient. Very cool. So a couple more details on the process before we get into the marketing and the greater scope. Some properties have more secure areas than others, right? Gates and other stuff. I imagine that's all, you pay an extra fee for those attributes.
Yes. Yeah. They can, as a host, you can click the option for that you have secure, I think I have secure lighting and then just gated, so you actually have it's closed in. You're not just exposed. And those I do recommend. The more amenities you have, the higher rate you get to set because the host does choose their nightly rate.
Okay, that's nice too. So that was another question because I imagine location is very important and will change seasonally.
Yep. It's amazing. You can go from one city to the next, and it's like $1,200 a night, or no, a month. I'm sorry, for a long term, $1,200 a month, and you'll go somewhere else and it's $500 a month. Big difference.
Okay. Yeah. And this is just storage. They're not allowed to.
Oh, no. I mean, so that's the difference between us and a couple other apps is it's any form of RV parking. As a host, you can choose just one or all of them. It can be storage parking, nightly or long term.
Okay. But they can live in the trailer on the property. It's not just.
If the host allows it and they choose the nightly or long term, that's staying in it. But again, they can choose just storage if they don't want anybody there.
Okay. I was at my first NASCAR event a week ago. And at Phoenix International, or it's not International, it's just Phoenix Raceway. And that was impressive. I had to walk 15 minutes through a town. It was a city of there's a Walmart in the middle of it. They pop up a Walmart in the middle of it. That's how many.
So I haven't been there, but I was told about it. Somebody who was there last week. They're like, there's like millions of RVs. They're like, you wouldn't believe it. And I'm like, I think next year before the event, I'm going to have to really advertise in the area because so many make money just to, let them park close by at their house.
It's epic. I don't know if they filled it or not, but it was a lot. Anyway, so not just tip for you for marketing, but just for the amount of vehicles and RVs and trailers in the area. It's, as you probably know already, the demographics are good. Right. Yeah.
My plan is going forward marketing ahead of events because we haven't really started any marketing just yet.
Okay. So let's talk about that. What are your sort of your goals in 1, 3, 5 years for this, and how are you going to grow that with your marketing?
Yeah, I love that question. So first year, we were only looking at like the northern White Mountains where we're at. Surprisingly, we had spaces pop up in Colorado and Utah and California. But by the first year, we want to cover more of Arizona, especially down south, Phoenix and Scottsdale and Tucson. We want to cover that area because there's a lot of demand there. In 3 years, we're going to start slowly spreading. Colorado, Utah are also big. 5 years, we plan on being nationwide and Canada.
Okay. Why not go bigger faster? If it's all tech based, you don't have to have the boots on the ground per se. It seems like you could go even faster.
You could. I'm finding the chicken and egg problem right now. So first I did just kind of like blast it. And that's why we got a couple in other states. But right now, every renter that comes contacts me, they're like, I love the app, but you're not where I want to be. So I'm like, that's why I scaled back and I'm like, let's just focus on one area. Let's address the chicken and egg issue. We get hosts and renters in one spot. But once we get the next investment, I'll be able to grow a lot faster because I'll have that marketing help. And because that's another reason is the expense, trying to marketing across the US.
Sure. What are your marketing channels, if I may ask?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Right now, I've been focusing on Facebook and YouTube. As a background, as a software engineer, it is not my strength. Oh man, it's been a learning curve with social media. So right now we're actually looking at different marketing firms.
Okay. There's a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, I know.
And yeah, I can recommend maybe a couple too. It seems like this is a bit more of a niche market. It seems like they might have their own networks already that you can not have to go through, the bigger things and try to find them there. You can just go to where they already are. Are there already like camp guides and other things and places you can maybe get an affiliate relationship with to save on fees and to get much quicker targeted?
That's another thing. Just in the past couple of weeks, we've started looking at. We're trying to find the right things maybe we could partner with. It's already in the RV community.
Right.
Otherwise, I've just been hitting Facebook groups that are for RV people and stuff like that.
Okay. I know there's a number of RV storage places that are already full.
Yeah.
Different places, and you could just contact them and let them know that you're available, right? When they're full, even though they're your competition in a sense, they want to, help people out, their clients out if they're full.
Yeah, that's a good point. Honestly, I hadn't considered contacting the full ones. We've talked to a few people who haven't filled up saying, use us, we'll fill your last spots. But that's a good idea.
You could even get them to list on your site. Yeah. If they're ever empty.
Right. That's what we're trying to do. We'll be like, what is it? Hotels.com, They have an open space. Yeah.
Yeah. For real. Right. Because they probably have some other conveniences, maybe easier turnaround or just closer, more metro locations.
Right. Yeah. They have some prime spots.
Right. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. So let's oh, wait. Let's back up. So you said you wanted to be national in 3 years?
5. And I still feel that's that depends on when we get our investment so we can build the team more, but that's the goal, 5 years.
Okay. I bet you do it way faster than that. I think you find the right partners. I think that I really do. I really like this idea and the model. And I think the limiting factors for that are more in your team, not time. So I think if you can, good luck with building your team quickly.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's not talk. Just step back to more of you than that particular business model. Just what's some of the bigger challenges you've had to overcome in your career so far to get you to this point? And start branching out as an entrepreneur is always kind of risky, right? I imagine you sort of you left something behind to do this.
I left behind, having a stable career. It's different, definitely being employed. You just check out at the end of the day. The money just comes in. It's it has its perks. But honestly, since I was younger, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I actually did get a management entrepreneurship degree at ASU. I knew I wanted to do that. I kind of just stumbled into software. I never really liked computers growing up. I always want to be outside. So I wasn't, it's shocking that I'm now. But I started just playing in it in one of the free courses. And I was like, wow, I love this. And so I actually taught myself. I would say that's one of the biggest challenges. I didn't like any of the boot camps or classes out there. So I kind of made my own syllabus and quit the job I was at then and went full time just studying. And after about, I think it was a little under a year, I applied for my first engineer job and it's kind of just been going since then. Yeah, it was hard to make the jump leaving my engineer job to start this. But, when you're really passionate about something, it's like nothing can stop you.
Yes, I love it. That some people find excuses for why they can't do it and other people find reasons why they can.
Yeah.
Excellent. And I imagine you said you're married. Having a spouse probably helps give you a little bit of freedom to try such endeavors, right?
Definitely. Yeah, that support. And if nothing else, it's great to have a good spouse for when, as an entrepreneur, you go through those points where you're just like, what's wrong with me? Why am I doing this?
Yep.
There to pick you up and be like, you know what, you got this. And you keep going another day.
It is not talked about very much, at least in the circles I run in, but it is lonely being an entrepreneur. And you don't have the water cooler support or any of that.
For sure.
Okay, great. Good point. Good point. So, let's see. Let's talk about longer term goals for yourself, right? The Prosperity Podcast. Are you looking for a particular exit at some point? Do you want to scale this and run a bigger company? What are your goals there in the future? And do you want to have it generate passive income and just be sort of a hands-off CEO, or what do you envision in that sense?
Yeah. So I definitely want to scale it. To me, that's the exciting part of all this. I want to see it grow. It's my baby.
Okay.
Once I get to a point, I love the passive income idea, but as I know, being an entrepreneur, it's not exactly ever really hands off if you want it successful. So I would like a nice exit where I'm still have a small percentage of the company, and I can then have that passive income while I'm not having to be hands on. And at that point, I'm probably gonna have another idea and want to start something new.
Okay.
Another company.
Yep. That's serial entrepreneurship is common, right? Once you get a taste. Yeah, you get a taste of it. Okay. So in terms of an exit, are there any bigger companies you think that may be interested offhand in this once you show it's profitable and working well?
I mean, I know of other companies that are in this space, but they just focus on camping. So no, at the moment, I don't know who would be the ideal to acquire us. Yeah. I have had one person say, maybe Airbnb someday will want to have you as like a spinoff, but I really doubt that. So not sure who would be yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just not that familiar with the space. It seems like an obvious question if you wanted a buyout, but it may be the more traditional route of just keeping it as it is and selling it to somebody, just business to business.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think has been the most impactful with this particular endeavor? Right? Have clients come up to you or given you feedback? Oh, thank goodness I couldn't find anything near me, and this is awesome. Are you at that stage yet, or is it just is it emotional responses, or is it just more pragmatic use?
It's kind of funny. I would say it's both. Because people. I mean, when you're out there and you cannot find anywhere to go, it's a lot of people are just staying at a Walmart parking lot, or there's full timers who still can't get anywhere. So they're having to boondock, meaning just sit out in the forest or the desert until they can come in every once in a while and get water or, charge up. And
okay.
So I feel the people who have come, yes, we're filling that, pragmatic need, but at the same time, they are I would say more emotional about it because it's kind of sad how hard it is right now.
Okay. Yeah, filling a need for that. That's where people live, right? And they spend their days and their times, and it's nice to feel secure, even wanted, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like get out of here with your truck, some neighborhood to be like, I got to go hide.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, that's interesting context, but yeah, I like it. Okay, this is a reflection question I like to ask everybody is, what do you wish you would have known about building wealth and success earlier in your career?
The first thing that came to mind was networking. So I thought it was great that we talked about that earlier because networking is everything. It doesn't matter what career, what business you have. So I would have wanted to start younger, just reaching out. I had great contacts, but I never thought to actually follow up and get to know them more. And yeah, so I would definitely network from a younger age.
Okay. Yeah. I even if I did network, I would have had like a paper Rolodex or something. It wouldn't have maybe been lost in the digital transition. Yeah. But that's a great one. Yes, I agree that. A big part of that too is staying in touch though too. Just because you have a huge book of somebody from 15 years ago, you say, "Remember me from?" So it's difficult to scale those relationships and keep them strong, but it's definitely worthwhile.
It's definitely a talent. I know people who are wonderful at it, and I have to actually leave notes on my calendar or in my note list to like follow up with this person. Yeah, that's my strong suit.
But you appreciate the importance of it, which is
absolutely
important. And also, as a nerd, I've gotten better. I am more social now, a little more gregarious. But yeah, didn't have the greatest network and wasn't trying it. I wasn't. My wife says I was emerged as a social butterfly now. So I'm taking that as a compliment.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat, especially being an engineer. I loved it. Yeah, I feel like I could just hide behind my computer, just be by myself, and I was happy there. Now with the company, I'm having to get out there more, and I think I'm growing into it pretty well.
Okay, excellent. Well, I'm excited for it. If people want to learn more about HookHub or you, what should they do?
All right. So for me, you can contact me at Caylee, Caylee, at HookHub, HOOKHUB.co. And the website is similar. It's hookhub.co, HOOKHUB.co.
All right. Excellent. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add about HookHub or any events coming up in the future, in the next 6 months, 12 months, any promotions or anything you want to
that's a good point. We are actually doing a promotion. So anyone who gives a referral to a host who then goes on HookHub or a renter, the person referring gets $100 for the referral.
All right.
And
nice.
I do want to let all of Phoenix know that we have a lot of renters wanting space down there for storage, for everything, really. So as soon as you get your property up, you'll get a booking.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, that's nice. $100 easy. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know some people, I think, and I'm going to maybe make some money right away here.
Yeah, awesome. And they will too. Like I said, we have renters waiting, texting us, ready to book right now. So as soon as they put their property up for free on hookhub.co, we'll get them booked.
Okay. In terms of the Phoenix Valley, is it all over? Is it all the way down in Tucson, all the way up to Flag? And out where you are? And right now you're in Pine Top Lakeside, I believe.
Right. Yeah, but all over the valley. I mean, we're really hitting all of Arizona. But primarily we have renters in Scottsdale, Mesa that are looking right now.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, those are busy primo spots. So it makes sense. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening and watching. Thank you very much, Caylee Harrington, for joining me today. We appreciate you sharing your story and your insights into success and impact and land rental for trailers and such. It's very exciting, very cool. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Tim.
Inspired by our guests? Visit PhoenixProsperityPodcast.com/guest and join us on the show and share your success story with Tim. The spotlight awaits.